Yeah.
currently amused by a game my friend and I play where we only refer to Benedict Cumberbatch with most definitely incorrect names, but as long as they're approximately I think it would
Try
work.
that. You could certainly try that. I'm not
I think
opposed
it
to
would,
it
I
at
think
all.
it would work.
If you guys think it would work, it's worth a try.
Okay. Yeah, it does hit the bottom, but I don't think it'll
Like, don't want
definitely. Yeah. I think it'll be
Or if you want, you could take a chair in front of the plant so you can grab it.
Oh, actually that might be smart because
You
we
could do
can
that
go in.
instead and try that. Somewhere closer to the TV. But
Okay.
I'd rather it be safe for me to have it on. If it was a little smaller, it would work.
Yeah.
That looks good to me. I like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Alright, let's go use this stuff.
Wait, how do you grab it? From the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was easier that way.
We're gonna run Annie over. Beep beep. Just kidding.
Please don't kill me. That would be appreciated. See how fast we can make her move it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Grab it. Carrying this desk is like
This does
it hurts.
Yes,
Because you can't get a good. I'm trying to
it's the
figure out.
most awkward thing ever. You have to do this right.
Really don't. That rip my fingernails off. I don't know how you're doing that.
Well, I'm not doing bottom fingernails, I'm doing my fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have to do it too. We have to do it just as much as you do. Yeah. Oh, you guys can bring it out, huh?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. I guess he can.
Oh, okay. No. You killed my nose. I'm closing this door, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's because this plywood is slightly warped, so it's putting a lot of weight on the hinges.
All right. Let's see.
May I shut this one?
Amelia,
Yes.
so I'm reading a melodrama for next season.
Nice.
So I'm reading it, I'm going, boy, does this thing sound familiar? It's about, it's
Hello.
a young woman who's with her
Oh, hello.
mother, widow,
Me.
and this really bad guy, Myron Reuter or something. He's,
Thank you. I'm sorry we didn't get the chance to run those.
Oh, wants to get this piece of property to
Okay,
put
you guys are
there.
already doing it.
Same old thing, and then there's this guy named
Don't you guys remember the
Ron, who is
yes,
Yes,
side
definitely.
of
That's
the
something
there?
that I
in
always
love with
forget.
her,
Thank you.
but then-
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Anyway,
It is a kind of like a
I'm going reading
it does
For
help
sure.
you guys not
and
be
they
rushed.
kill off the
Yeah.
But then and anyway, so
They're all just
so
really
I'm reading this, I'm going,
detailed
wait a minute,
that
this
will
sounds
make me
so
like
familiar. I mean, not that melodramas don't sound
I'm
familiar.
waiting for after
And I
school to see
could
if sometimes
bet that we read it.
because
Remember
they
what he
that's
said?
what I know.
Do you want us to
Remember
wait?
Place
Because
over there,
there's
remember?
sometimes that we do go on.
Remember
Oh, that
when
one
we
was during work at the crossroads.
That's it.
Like for example,
So we did read it.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Last scene. I didn't mind it. And you
Oh,
still
okay.
stayed on I mean, it was fine, but it was way too long for our melodrama.
I see you guys coming
Oh.
over the traffic there.
It was styled
Okay.
much like
I would like
Yeah.
you to wait.
Okay.
Okay, how do you feel about that?
The
Would you
driver
like
that
them to
anyway that I see.
wait
Yeah.
to come out for the decision to exit from the scene where you're on?
Yes,
Well, what
I
happened
think
is
that,
Because
yeah.
I've seen that traffic.
Yeah, so I think it's just better for you guys to wait until.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait till she's
Right at the
leaving.
very, very beginning.
Okay, it's just the pacing is downstairs.
Oh,
That's what that
oh,
is.
okay.
Yeah.
And they're
Maybe
thinking
so,
about,
but.
Harmful injuries.
Nancy Ryan.
Oh,
to,
those are my favorite type of injuries.
propose it to her. I'm reading it again.
Yeah.
So far, it's okay. Melodrama.
Yeah.
Are we meeting on 07?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
maybe we'll do it after noon.
Alright, let's see if that helps. If not,
Thank you.
just try it. So is the debate already a dumpster fire?
No.
Okay. Just give it time. You'll get there.
I'm gonna grab a burrito on the way home, and I PDR'd it.
Nice, nice.
I'm gonna get home. I'm not gonna even be concerned about it here. Just be here.
Yep.
And take a big cut of burrito. See myself so good.
I like it. I like it. Oh, wow. Jesus.
Is there another debate tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the one of their debates.
Take her downstairs and clean her up, Mrs. Pierce. Gorilla glue if it won't come off any other way.
Jeez.
Well, that's a monkey brand, isn't it?
Ah.
I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Be sure to tip your waitress. Wow.
Dang. Spicy.
I wondered when you were going to enter the building.
I just hope your actual marriage is nothing like this. That's all I gotta say.
What do you mean? It's exactly like that. What are you back here like?
Oh man. I tried to clean out the front cottage and spiders everywhere.
Spooters!
And finally it just got so overwhelming with me killing spiders left and right that I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I went and put clean sheets on the bed in front.
Why don't you shop vacuum? Vacuum cleaner. Suck up all the spider webs. Done.
That would be far too logical of a thing to cross my mind at that time.
See, this is how our marriage really is.
And there you suggest a good idea.
Never.
Apparently we have a spider-infested Jeep.
Everyone's heading up. Great.
Really
You know, a Jeep. French cottage with very few amenities.
I've been told I look like a pumpkin. But it has
So
like
the
this
studio
right
where
here.
No, it's not a lean.
Pumpkin patch. Yes. Tumble size. 12 hours.
Shanti? I shanti believe that. It's shanti purvivas. It's kanti purvivas.
On it, it was directions that somebody used. Jessica, like, uses 19.
Don't start that already.
El Dorado, Holiday Inn. You have a story. It kind of looks like your handwriting, Jessica. Does it?
Oh, hello. All the way over there. How is everybody tonight?
Good.
Good.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just waiting on one and then we'll get started.
I don't know.
All the text, names up there, data's there, pros there. Okay, cool. I know, but this is perfect.
Oh, I know. I'm just having trouble with my hair today.
I
All right.
probably should put on a bomb in there and that would solve a lot of problems.
It would. It's okay. I figured out. Okay, so I have a little tradition that I like to do, my closing notes before opening night. And the closing notes are not notes per se, but they are little paragraphs that I've written about each of you guys praising you. So that's how I like to end a rehearsal process, because it's ending on a positive, nicer note and sending you guys off into performance land with some nice things to think about. So I will go through my list here. Try not to cry too loudly. Sean, we're looking at you.
I'm sorry.
I have
I'm
faith
just
in you,
gonna-
Sean.
He's got an extra handkerchief though, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
I have faith in you.
Back of
You
handkerchief.
can do this.
So I'm just gonna go through the list, hitting random people, not physically, of course. So we'll start with Zoe. Wait, where's other Zoe? We need other Zoe too. with in a long time. Most people I have worked with before on stage or backstage in some way. But I am so happy to have had you on this team. Your fantastic attitude, excellent ear, have left me with so little to do. Your communication and professionalism has always been on point, and I absolutely love the soundtrack you picked for this show. Also, I think Theater Karen needs to be an official comedy routine performed during intermission. Connor. Lights Connor. There you are. Hello. 90% of the time when I go to give you a note, you're already halfway through fixing the problem in the first place. From the start, you've had a fantastic attitude and have always been willing to come in and help with anything and everything, regardless of how small a job, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. Even better, you always do it with a smile on your face and a skip in your step. Skylar, way over in the corner. Hello. I'm always happy when I get a chance to do a show with my favorite Bish, which is an inside joke that probably nobody else will understand ever, and that's okay. You're an incredibly talented person and always a joy to work with. I can't imagine a better casting for the character, and I'm glad I got to give you something with a little more meat in it this time than your previous roles with me. I'd love the chance to work with you again in an even bigger role someday. Sharon, every show with you is a pleasure. You're one of the most kind and easy to work with actresses I know, and I would cast you over and over again. You are absolutely perfect as Mrs. Pierce, and I love how you filled in her backstory so beautifully to bring her more to life on stage. And wait until you see your expressions that we're getting in the live stream. They're hilarious. Connor. I didn't even need to hold auditions for Freddy because I knew I wanted you to play the role like long before auditions even happened. You're a perfect casting for it, and I'm glad to have finally gotten to do a show with you here at Barnstormers. Thank you for bringing so much subtle but wonderful development to Freddy. He's just the right amount of lovable but also being believable. Jesse, I'm so glad it worked out to have you involved in the show. You are always an absolute joy to work with and brighten up any room you're in. You're far too talented for the role you're in currently, and I can't wait to see what you do with your future. Also, who says thank you when being given work to do and seems genuinely grateful? You're a great dancer. Stop being so great to work with, it's just rude.
Thank you. You're just rude.
Yeah, stop being so great, you guys. God. Danny, when Pearl told me you were on board, I literally squealed with joy. I couldn't have hoped for a better final puzzle piece in my team, and you've done an outstanding job with so much passion and commitment, and are always a pleasure to work with. I am so glad I got to do another show with you. Pearl. There you are. I consider myself so lucky to be a part of your journey. You're smart, wise, and balanced people like you are a rare commodity, and I can't wait to see where you take your life. Super glad I got to steal you from the other shows that were previously going to prevent you from doing this show. I could not have done this without you.
Thank you, Naya.
Shannon, ever since I saw you in Marvin's room, I have hoped for a chance to do a show with you. Your talent and energy is infectious, and actresses like you are rare. You give so much on stage and off that others can't help but be better when working with you. I'm so grateful you're lending us your talent for Mrs. Higgins. No one will ever be able to play her as well as you.
Here, here.
Steven Croninger. I think by now on our what, 6th, 7th show, something like that, you probably already know that you're one of my favorite people in this town. This is the first time, though, I've gotten to direct you in a non-comedic role, and I've loved every second of it. I couldn't have hoped for a better Pickering, and this is most definitely the role I will remember you in the most, except for being my friend. Annie, I already knew you were a fantastic person before this show, but you're a breathtaking actress to boot. You brought Eliza to life so effortlessly and naturally, people won't have any choice but to love her. I couldn't have hoped for better, and I truly believe that yours is one of the best performances that has been on this stage in a long time, and I'm so grateful. Keith, as you know, you were the only person I wanted for this role. I can't imagine anyone else ever playing it, and you've done a fantastic job of it and have brought so many wonderful little touches that absolutely make the character, and I'm honored to get the chance to work with you before I leave. Linnell, I have been hoping for the chance to do a show with you for a while now, and I am so glad that you came to auditions. Even doing choir together, you always had such a pleasant attitude to work with, and you played Mrs. Ainsford Hill exactly as I wanted her. Thank you for being such a positive, hard worker. Do we have Zoe up here now? Yes, hello. You took on so much work for this show. I don't know how you still have such a nice smile on your face. I'm so grateful Sean, another new one to my team, but also an incredible person. There's a trend in my notes. If you guys hadn't noticed, you guys are all kind of incredible people. Obviously a very talented actor, but beyond that, you've also been such a huge help with anything and everything and with a great attitude. I so appreciate all the character you brought to the stage with next to no direction, jumping into the fire halfway through rehearsals and helping us make this show happen.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Amelia, I like to think I'm a good judge of character, and you've proven me right in that. You've been an incredible asset to the show and to me, and I couldn't have survived it without a second half to my brain. 2 square meals required for production, apparently. I am so grateful to have incredible people like you in my life. Matthew, I don't think everyone here fully realizes how much of a debt we owe you. The live stream for this show literally would not happen at all if you weren't here giving us your time and your expertise. I'm so grateful for your help. You were an unexpected blessing for the show, and I look forward to seeing your own future projects here. Alex, I've known you now since you were just a little teeny tiny thing dancing in a flash mob with me, which I still love to watch the video of, and it's been pretty wonderful to watch your journey. I refuse to believe that you're almost adult. That's not possible. But here you are, getting ready to start high school theater and doing more and more with yourself and your life, and I'm very proud of you. I'm so glad I've gotten to do my last 2 shows with you, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. Stop hiding your face. You can take a compliment. Okay, let's see. Steven. Now I know why nobody else bothered to audition for Henry. Why would they bother? You had the role before you even came in the door. I barely had to direct you, which is a dream come true from any director's point of view, and you're a powerhouse of an actor. Compared with Annie, you guys are going to blow Grants Pass away, and I'm so grateful to you for sharing your knowledge and expertise with me. Have I missed anyone? I got Keith. I think I got everybody.
I think so.
Did I get everybody? Great. Thank you guys so much for your time with this crazy, crazy process. You guys are ready for audiences tomorrow. I cannot wait for them to see what you have put together. Thank you. Annie, warm-ups. Warm-ups.
We love you.
Love you guys too.
All right, let's start with some lip buzzes.
Wait. I have one. I have a note.
Sorry, Steven would like to say something.
I have a note. Amelia, thank you for choosing this play, for selecting all of us to be on this team, for guiding us the way that you have through this entire process. And if you think you're going anywhere, you're full of shit.
And lip buzzes. Lip trill is what I should watch my lips go.
what to do to die today at a minute or two to two.
What to do to die today at a minute or two to two.
A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do.
A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do.
For there'll be a tattoo at a quarter to two with a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat- dragon will come when it hears the drum at a minute or two to two today at a minute or two to two.
And
The dragon will come when it hears the drum at a minute or two to two today at a minute or two to two. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
I don't know anything about Peter Piper's pickled pepper.
What time does the wristwatch strap shop shut?
What time does the wristwatch strap shop shut?
I don't know. What time does the wristwatch strap shop shut?
I don't know. What time does the wristwatch strap shop shut?
The
Wristwatch strap shop shuts at 9.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
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 What's the W one? Winsome.
Worried Willard wondered wistfully
Worried Willard wondered wistfully
whether winsome Winifred would weep.
whether Winsome Winifred would weep. Worried Willard wondered wistfully
Worried Willard wondered wistfully whether winsome Winifred would weep.
All right, that's all I've got for warm-ups. I just want to say, remind you all that for tomorrow night, remember to stick around afterwards. There's a lovely cake for us to enjoy. There's some wine. I'll be buying some other snacks and some non-alcoholic drinks for those of you who
You don't have enough wine.
Oh no, I think I do.
Okay.
Um, and then for tonight's show, just remember that even though there's no audience here right now, show conditions. So even during intermission, it's not an excuse to get really loud backstage. Let's pretend like there is actually an audience out here that would hear you if you were chatting backstage at any time, intermission included. Remember to stay out of traffic patterns, keep quiet, and that's it from me. And just a reminder to please respect social distancing even though we're not using masks anymore. Thank you. What's the temperature? 13 new places. 13. So 13.
I heard 14 and then everyone said 13. I was like, number? I mean, they're both 13. I got very confused. It's one number, very different. Amelia, we've got the courier. We don't have anybody coming, right? Nobody's coming? Sit wherever you would like.
And I'm just gonna stay for the first scene or two and then get something I can use and slip out, so. At the change of a, probably at the change of a set or scene, so.
Our intermission of the first two scenes, so we're gonna stay for the one where it's a little bit of a switch and then second scene and then an intermission.
Yeah. Okay. That's not too loud. need to give a 2-minute warning? Oh, okay, okay.
strange. The rain was so sudden. Everyone had to take a cab. Nobody was prepared. I went from Ludgate Circus all the way to Charing Cross Station. They're all engaged.
Did you try Trafalgar Square?
There wasn't one at Trafalgar Square.
Did you try?
I tried as far as Charing Cross Station. Did you expect me to walk to Hammersmith?
You haven't tried at all.
You really are very helpless, Freddy. Go again and don't come back until you have found a cab.
I shall simply get soaked for nothing.
And what about us? Are we to stand here all night with next to nothing on in this downpour? You selfish pig! Why, you ought to...
Oh, very well. I'll go. I'll go. Oh,
Now then, Freddy,
sorry,
where you going
sorry.
to? Oh, there's Manisfiat, 2 bunches of oil straight into the mud.
How do you know that my son's name is Freddy?
There's Manisfiat, 2 bunches of oil straight into the mud and not a penny offered.
Do nothing of the sort, Mother. The idea.
Oh, please allow me, Clara. Have you any pennies?
No, I've nothing smaller than a sixpence.
I can give you change for a tenner coin, lady.
Give it to me. Now, this is for your flowers.
Thank you kindly, lady.
They could give you the change. The things are only a penny a bunch.
Do hold your tongue, Clara. Now, tell me how you know the young gentleman's name.
I didn't.
Oh, I heard you call him by it. Don't try to deceive me.
Who's trying to deceive you? I called you Freddy or Charlie, same as you might yourself if you was talking to a stranger and wished to be pleasant.
Sixpence thrown away. Really, Mama? You might have spared Freddy that.
Oh, sir, is there any sign of it stopping?
I'm afraid not. It started worse than ever about 2 minutes ago.
Oh, dear.
If it's worse, it's a sign it's nearly over. Cheer up, kitten. Buy a flower off the poor girl.
I'm sorry, I haven't any change.
I can give you change, kitten.
For a sovereign, I've nothing less.
Oh, now do buy a flower off me, kitten. I can change her for crown. Here, take this for tuppence.
Now don't be troublesome. There's a good girl. I really haven't any change. Oh, stop. Here's 3 halfpence if that's any use to you.
Thank you, sir.
You be careful. Give him a flower for it. There's a bloke here behind taking down every blessed word you're saying.
Oh, I ain't done nothing wrong but speaking to the gentleman. I have a right to sell flowers if I keep off the cab. I'm a respectable girl, so it has me on my stuff to accept a blessing to buy a flower on me. I'm scared of you. This is not what it means to be male, taking in my character and driving.
There! Who's hurting you, you silly girl? What do you take me for?
It's all right. He's a gentleman. Look at his boots. She thought he was a carpenter's knock, sir.
What's a copper's knock?
It's a... Well, it's a carpenter's knock, I should want to say. What did you call it? A sort of informant.
I take my Bible oath. I never said a word to him that wasn't
Oh,
in...
shut up! Do I look like a policeman?
Then what did you take down me words for? How do I know whether you took me down right? You just show me what you wrote about me. Well, what's that? That ain't proper writing. I can't read that.
I can. Cheer up, Captain. Buy a flower off a poor girl.
It's because I called him Captain. Oh, I meant no harm. Oh, sir, no matter my charge against me for a word like that.
Charge? I make no charge. Really, sir. If you are a detective, you need not begin protecting me against molestation by young women until I ask. Anybody could see the girl meant no harm.
I finger Gail can't shelter from the rain without being insulted.
Gail never said a word to him. What harm if she did?
He ain't a knock. He's a blooming busybody, that's what he is. I tell you, look at his boots.
And how are all of your people down at Chelsea?
Who told you my people come from Chelsea?
Never you mind, they did. How do you come to be so far east? You were born in Lisson Grove.
Oh, what harm is there in my leaving Lisson Grove? It wasn't fit for a pig to live in, and I had to pay 4 and 6 a week.
Live where you like, only stop that noise.
Come, he can't touch you. You have a right to live where you please.
Parker Lane, for instance. I'd like to go in the house in question with you,
I'm
Governor.
a good girl, I am.
Do you know where I come from?
Hoxton.
Well, who said I didn't? Blimey, you know everything you do.
Ain't no gold medal with me, you ain't.
Of course he ain't. Don't you stand it from him. See here. We'll call you to know about people who never offered to meddle with you. Where's your warrant?
Yes, where is your
Oh,
warrant?
let him say what he likes. Don't want to have no truck with him.
Why you take us for dirt under your feet, don't you? Can't you talk in liberties with a gentleman?
Yes. Tell her where you come from if you want to go fortune telling.
Cheltenham, Harrow, Cambridge, and India.
Quite right. May I ask, sir, do you do this for your living at a music hall?
I've thought of that. Perhaps I shall someday.
He's no gentleman. He ain't to interfere with the poor girl.
What on earth is Freddie doing? I shall catch pneumonia if I stay in this draft any longer.
Earl's Court.
Will you please keep your impertinent remarks to yourself?
Oh, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. I beg your pardon. Your mother's Epsom, unmistakably.
How very curious. I was brought up in Lodge Lady Park, near Epsom.
What a devil of a name. I beg your pardon. You want a cab, do you?
Don't dare speak to me.
Please, please, Clara, we should be so grateful to you, sir, if you found us a cab. Oh, thank you.
There! Oh, I knew he was a plainclothes copper.
Hey, a police whistle, that's a sporting whistle.
He's no right to take away my character. My character is assigned to me as any ladies.
Don't know whether you've noticed or not, but the rain stopped about 2 minutes ago.
Huh. Well, so it has. Why didn't you say so before, and us losing our time listening to your silliness?
I can tell where you come from. You come from Anwell. Go back there.
Hanwell.
Thank you, teacher. Ha ha. So long.
Oh, frightening people like that. How would he like it himself?
It's quite fine now, Clara. We can walk to a motor bus. Come.
But the cab! Oh, how tiresome!
Poor girl. Hard enough for her to live without being worrited and chivied.
How do you do it, if I may ask?
Simply phonetics, the science of speech. That's my profession, also my hobby. Happy is a man who can make a living out of his hobby. You can tell an Irishman or a Yorkshireman by his brogue. I can place a man within 6 miles, in London within 2 miles, sometimes within 2 streets.
Ought to be ashamed of himself, unmanly coward.
But is there a living in that?
Oh yes, quite a fat one. We live in an age of upstarts. Men start in Kentish Town at £80 a year. They wind up at Park Lane at 100,000. They wish to drop the Kentish Town, but every time they open their mouths, it gives them away. Now I can
Let
teach
him
them how
mind
to
his own
speak.
business and leave a poor girl alone.
Young woman, cease this detestable boo-hooing this instant, or go seek the shelter of some other place of worship.
I've a right to be here if I like, same as you.
A woman who utters such depressing and disgusting sounds has no right to be anywhere, no right to live. Try to remember that you are a human being with a soul and the divine gift of articulate speech, that your language is the language of Shakespeare and Milton and the Bible, and don't sit there crooning like a bilious pigeon.
Oh.
Heavens, what a sound.
John.
You see this creature with her curbstone English, the English that shall keep her in the gutter to the end of her days? In 3 months' time, I could pass her off as a duchess at an ambassador's garden party. I could even get her to place as a lady's maid or shop assistant, which requires even better English. That's the sort of thing I do for commercial millionaires, and on the profits of it, I do genuine scientific work in phonetics, as well as some poetry along Miltonic lines.
I am myself a student of Indian dialects.
Are you? Do you know Colonel Pickering, author of Spoken Sanskrit?
I am Colonel Pickering. Who are you?
Henry Higgins, author of Higgins' Universal Alphabet.
I came from India to meet you.
I was going to India to meet you.
No, where do you live?
27A Wimble Street. Come see me tomorrow.
I'm at the Carlton. Come with me now and let's have a jaw over some supper.
Right you are.
Why a flower, kind gentleman? I'm short for me lodging.
I really haven't any change. I'm sorry.
Liar, you said you could change half a crown.
You want to be stuffed with nails, you are? Here, take the old bloomin' basket for 6 pence.
A reminder.
that were just here.
They walked to us when the rain stopped.
And left me with a cab on my hands. Damnation.
Never you mind, young man. I'm going home in a taxi. Wait, Pence ain't no object to me, Charlie. I'm just caught Drury Line round the corner of Nickeldorn's oil shop. Let's see how fast you can make her off it.
Well, I'm dashed.
Well, I believe that's the whole show.
It's really amazing. I haven't taken half of it in, you know.
Would you care to go over any of it again?
No, thank you. Not now. I'm quite done up for this morning.
Tired of listening to sound?
Yes, it's a fearsome strain. I rather fancied myself because I can pronounce 24 distinct vowel sounds. But you're 130 beat me. I can't hear a bit of difference between most of them.
No, it comes with practice. You hear no difference at first, but you start listening more and more, and presently they start to sound as different as A from B. Now, what's the matter?
A young woman wants to see you, sir.
Young woman? What does she want?
Well, sir, she says you'll be glad to see her when you know what she's come about. She's quite a common girl, sir. Very common indeed. I should have sent her away, only I thought perhaps you wanted her to talk into your machines. I hope I've not done wrong, sir, but really, you see such queer people sometimes. You'll excuse me, I'm sure, sir.
That's all right, Mrs. Pierce. Has she an interesting accent?
Oh, something dreadful, sir, really. I don't know how you can take an interest in it.
Let's have her up. Show her up, Mrs. Pierce.
Oh, very well, sir. It's for you to say.
This is rather a bit of luck. I'll show you how I make records. We'll get her talking, and I'll first take it down in Bell's visible speech and then in broad roaming. Then we'll get her on the recorder, and then you'll be able to turn her on whenever you like with the transcripts before you.
This is the girl, sir.
No, this is the young woman I jotted down last night. She's no use. I've got all the records I wanted to listen rolling, and I won't waste another cylinder on it. I don't want you. Be off with you.
Don't you be so saucy. You ain't what I come for yet. Did you tell him I come in a taxi?
Nonsense, girl. What do you think a gentleman like Mr. Higgins cares what you came in?
Oh, we are proud. Well, you ain't above giving lessons, not him. I heard him say so. Here I am, and I'm not asking him any compliment, but if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you. Now you know, don't you? I'm going to have lessons, I am, and to pay for them too, make no mistake.
Well, what do you expect me to say to you?
Well, if you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think. Don't I tell you I'm bringing you business?
Pickering, shall we ask this baggage to sit down, or shall we throw her out of the window?
Oh, I won't be called a baggage, but I've offered to pay like any lady.
What is it you want, my girl?
I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of selling at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel. He said he could teach me. Well, here I am, ready to pay him, not asking any favour, and he treats me as if I was dirt.
How can you be such a foolish, ignorant girl as to think you could afford to pay Mr. Higgins?
Well, why shouldn't I? I know what lessons cost as well as you do, and I'm ready to pay.
How much?
Oh, you're talking. Thought you'd come off it when you saw a chance of getting back a better way you chucked at me last night.
You'd had a drop in, hadn't you?
Sit down.
Oh, if you're going to make a compliment of it.
Sit down.
Sit down, girl. Do as you're told.
Oh!
Won't you sit down?
Don't mind if I do.
What is your name?
Liza Doolittle.
Eliza. Elizabeth. Betsy and Bess went to the woods to fetch a bird's nest.
They found a nest with 4 eggs in it.
They took one apiece and left 3 in it.
Oh, don't be silly.
You mustn't talk like that to the gentleman.
Well, why can't he speak sensible to me?
Come back to business. How much do you propose to pay me for the lesson?
I know it's right. A lady friend of mine gets French lessons for 18 pence an hour from a real French gentleman. But you wouldn't have the face to ask me the same for teaching me my own language as you would for French, so I won't give more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
Pickering, if you consider a shilling not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of this girl's income, it works out as fully equivalent to 60 or 70 guineas from a millionaire.
How so?
Well, figure it out. A millionaire has about £150 a day. She earns half a crown.
Who told you I
She offers me 2/5 of a day's earning for a lesson. 2/5 a day's earning for a millionaire would be equivalent to about £60. It's handsome. By George, it's enormous. It's the biggest offer I've ever had.
60 pounds? What are you talking about? I never offered you 60 pounds. Where would I get 60 pounds?
Hold your tongue.
Oh, but I ain't got 60 pounds.
Don't cry, girl. Sit down. Nobody is going to touch your money.
Somebody is going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop sniveling. Now sit down.
Oh, one would think you was my father.
If I decide to teach you, I'll be worse than 2 fathers to you. Here,
What's this for?
to wipe your eyes. Wipe any other part of your face that feels moist. That's your handkerchief. This is your sleeve. Try not to mistake the one for the other if you wish to become a lady in a shop.
It's no use talking to her like that, sir. She doesn't understand you. Besides, she doesn't do it that way at all.
Here, you give me that handkerchief. You give it to me, not to you.
He did. I think it must be regarded as a property, Mrs. Pierce.
Serve you right, Mr. Higgins.
Higgins? I'm interested. What about the ambassador's garden party? I'll say you're the greatest teacher alive if you make that good. I'll bet you all the expenses of the experiment you can't do it. And I'll pay for the lesson.
Oh, you are real good. Thank you, Captain.
It's almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty.
Oh, I ain't dirty. I washed my face and hands before I come, I did.
You're certainly not going to turn her head with flattery, Higgins.
Oh, don't say that, sir. There's more ways than one of turning a girl's head. And nobody can do it better than Mr. Higgins, though he may not always mean it. Oh, I do hope, sir, you won't encourage him to do anything foolish.
What is life but a series of follies? The difficulties of finding them to do. Never miss a chance. They now come every day. Yes, I shall make a duchess of this draggle-tailed gutter snipe.
Oh!
In 6 months' time, in 3, if she has a good ear and a good tongue, I'll take her anywhere and pass her off as anything. Yes, we'll start today, right this moment. Take her downstairs, clean her up, Mrs. Pierce. Monkey brand, if it won't come off any other way. Is there a good hot fire in the kitchen?
Yes, but...
Then take off all of her clothes and burn them. Ring up Whiteley or someone for some new ones. Wrap her up in brown paper till they come.
You're no gentleman. You're not to talk of such things. I'm a good girl, I am, and I know what the like of you are, I'll do.
We'll have none of your listen grove prudery here, young woman. You've got to learn to behave like a duchess. Take her downstairs, Mrs. Pierce. If she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
No, I'll call the police, I will.
But I've no place to put her.
Put her in the dustbin.
Oh.
Come, Higgins, be reasonable.
You must be reasonable, Mr. Higgins. Really, you must. You can't walk over everybody like this.
Aye. Walk over everybody. My dear Mrs. Pierce, my dear Pickering, I assure you I had no intention of walking over anybody. I merely proposed that we should be kind to this poor girl, to help her, to fit her to her new station in life. If I did not make myself clear, it was because I did not wish to offend her delicacy or yours.
Well, did you ever hear anything like that, sir?
Never, Mrs. Pierce, never.
What's the matter?
The matter is, sir, that you can't take up a girl like that as if you were picking up a pebble on the beach.
Why not?
Why not? But you don't know a thing about her. What about her parents? She may be married.
God.
There, as the girl so perfectly says, God, married indeed. Don't you know a woman of that class looks a worn-out drudge of 50 a year after she's married?
Who to marry me?
By George, Eliza, the streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake by the time I'm done with you.
Nonsense, sir! You mustn't talk to her like that.
I'm going. Ease off his chumpy ears. I won't have no balmies teaching me.
No, indeed. Mad, am I? Very well then, Mrs. Pierce, you needn't order the new clothes. Never mind, throw her out.
Oh, no, I won't let you touch me.
You see now what comes of being saucy. This way, please.
I didn't want no clothes. Would have taken them. I could buy me own clothes.
You are a most ungrateful and wicked girl. This is my return for offering to take you out of the gutter and dress you beautifully and help you to learn to speak like a lady in a shop.
Stop it, Mr. Higgins. I won't allow it. You are the one that is wicked. Go home to your parents, girl, and tell them to take better care of you.
I ain't got no parents. They told me I was big enough to earn me own living and turn me out.
Where's your mother?
I ain't got no mother. Her that turned me out was my sick stepmother. But I done without him. And I'm a good girl, I am.
There, you see? What is all of this fuss about? The girl doesn't belong to anybody. She's no use to anybody but me. You can adopt her, Mrs. Pierce. I'm sure a daughter will be a great amusement to you. Now, stop fussing, take her downstairs and
But
clean her
what
up.
is to become of her? Is she to be paid anything? Do be sensible, sir.
Well, pay her whatever's necessary. Put it down in the housekeeping. What will she want with money? She'll have her food and her clothes. She'll only drink if you give her money.
Oh, you are a brute. It's a lie. Nobody ever saw the sign of liquor on me.
Does it occur to you, Higgins, that the girl has some feelings?
No. At least not any feelings we need worry about, have you, Eliza?
I've got more feelings. Same as anyone else.
You see the difficulty?
Difficulty?
To get her to talk grammar. The mere pronunciation is easy enough.
Don't want to talk grammar. I want to talk like a lady.
Will you keep to the point, sir, please? I want to know on what terms the girl is to be here. Is she to receive wages?